Cartoons.
Oh my god, I'm gorgeous!
Whoa, Jeffy, you turned him into the little mermaid!
TTW channel.
Doing a TLM, might adapt it. Fit and mode.
Hello and welcome back to Mermaid 2025. I am Quasimodo, and you can call me Mermonster Quasimodo. And this here is me, Maya. Hello, I'm Nikki. So guys, today we are reacting to top 10 things only adults notice in The Little Mermaid. But anyways, like I said, enjoy.
Use these little babies to straighten their hair out.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks.
Ooh,
for
I
the
love
top
the
10
mermaid.
things only adults
Still one of the
notice in
mermaids that
Little
still
Mermaid.
exactly look like it, huh? So come along with that.
For this list, we'll be looking at details, references, and underlying meanings from the Disney
Oh
classics
my
that will likely
goodness!
go
The
over the
mermaid
heads of
is
kids.
just
Did you
always
notice any
the
of these while watching the
beginning.
film as an adult?
I
Let
like
us know in
that
the
one
comments.
too, isn't it?
Number 10. Chef Louis is insane. Despite brief appearances, this chef makes quite the impression with his French accent, curly mustache, and terrifying personality.
Les poissons, how I love les poissons! Love to chop and to serve.
As
So
emphasized
probably
in
the
Les
fears of
Poissons,
them,
a detailing
like
of his
us.
extreme love for cooking fish.
Ooh,
Louis takes
well,
disturbing pleasure in
that
turning sea creatures
got
into
a Chef
meals.
Louis is still like they like it. The one in the crab is supposed to be look like on that.
Children might find the song comical, but adults realize that the chef's attempts to boil Sebastian are actually pretty insane. He destroys his kitchen while trying to get the crab cooked and is enraged when he fails. He reaches a new level of crazy when he chases Sebastian around again wielding a knife. The vengeful moment solidifies Louis as a sadistic character whose catchy song doesn't distract us from his
Well,
savage
that's exactly
nature.
what's going on in here for sometimes. I like that one. Very amazing.
Number 9. How did Flounder move the statue? As Ariel's BFF, Flounder is well aware that the mermaid loves Prince Eric. So when a hurricane hits and sinks a ship holding a statue of the prince, Flounder
Well,
sees
the
an
ship
opportunity to give
always
a perfect
prevailing
hit.
on that.
After finding the statue on the sea floor,
So going on the
Flounder
sea,
puts it in
nobody
Ariel's
believes
secret
me.
grotto.
Flounder, you're the best. It looks just like him.
But there's one problem. How the heck does he get it there? You're telling us that Flounder weighs practically nothing and yet somehow brings the ginormous sculpture elsewhere? We don't buy it. And the fact that he also manages to work it through a minuscule grotto opening? No way.
Okay.
We love to see the kind
Supposed to
gesture,
come
but
on
the
the
logistics
statue's
do
going
not
up.
add up.
But the statue won't move about that.
This is also so sudden.
Number 8. Shakespearean references. Paralleling The Tempest, The Little Mermaid's Ariel was named after a character in Shakespeare's play. Even more than the titular character's name, Ariel's storyline is also inspired by the fairy tale of the same title by
that
Hans
exactly
Christian
looks
Andersen.
alike about
and
that.
Ariel isn't the only one whose
Isn't
origins
it?
come from somewhere
Still
else.
got amazing on that.
King Triton mirrors The Tempest's Prospero, a strict and involved figure.
I'm 16 years old. No, I'm not a child.
Don't you take that tone of voice with me, young lady.
And we can't forget to mention the Tempest magically created in the film. Just like Prospero's.
Very
Without a high school
mythical.
education, these
How
connections
can I
between
ever see
Shakespearean work
underwater
and the
on
film's
it for any
character portrayals
ways?
are near impossible to make.
I'm really looking forward to this performance, Sebastian.
Oh, Your Majesty.
7. Eric's decision-making. Kids might admire Prince Eric's mission to find the love of his life and marry. Adults would see nothing inherently wrong with this, though they would certainly question the way Eric goes
Well,
about it.
still terribly go wrong now.
In disguise.
That's very insane.
Sure about this.
We understand that the
Like
prince
that,
is pressured by his kingdom to find a wife, but does he really have to get engaged to a stranger he's known for less than a day?
We wish to be married as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, of course, Eric, but these things do take time, you know?
This afternoon, Grimsby.
It's not entirely his fault, considering he's under the spell of Ursula's alter ego, but some of the blame belongs to him nonetheless. Those with more life experience would typically hold that the decision to get hitched
I bet
shouldn't
finesse
be
is
rushed.
supposed to be a
So
disaster
Eric's race to the altar leaves
sometimes.
us rather pessimistic, and for good reason.
You're too late.
They're living the mermaid silver again, huh?
Number 6.
How's that?
Hiding nudity. Throughout most of the film, Ariel is rarely fully covered as she sports a seashell bra with her mermaid tail. There are a few instances where Ariel bears even more skin, which prompted producers to get creative in terms of ensuring that things remain G-rated. The scenarios include Ariel's transformation into a human with legs when she tries to stand with her new limbs, and when she takes her first human bath.
Washed up from a shipwreck. Oh, the clothes.
I think
The
Ariel's
nakedness
gonna be
makes sense in
silent
all
this
of these
time.
cases, though shadows, edits,
Very
and
amazing,
bubbles
isn't
keep the
it?
scenes Disney
I like it.
appropriate. To innocent minds, the hidden nudity would likely go unnoticed, but things like this don't get past the more attuned, older crowd.
Now, Ariel, I'm telling you, if you want to be a human, the first thing you gotta do is dress like one.
Number 5. What palace did Ursula live in? While annoyedly watching Ariel from her lair, Ursula mentions the luxury she enjoyed when she lived in the palace.
In my
Still one of the stories that have all been ever told about that.
when I
And like being that.
It's a passing quote and a minor detail in the bigger scheme of things, but it makes us wonder about the backstory. We're left with burning questions like, was the villainess not so evil before? What caused her to become so antagonistic? Why is she no longer in the palace? Was she banished?
now look at me, wasted away to practically nothing, banished and exiled and practically starving.
Children, understandably, aren't as concerned with what transpired, but we nosy adults are definitely
Oh my
interested in
goodness,
learning
the
about
mermaid
Ursula's
just
past. What
swam
beef
away
does the
for
kingdom
some
have with the sea
reason.
witch?
I always was a girl with an eye for a bargain.
Answers are uncovered in the Little Mermaid Broadway musical, but not in the movie. Number 4. Ariel can write. Ariel proves to be not so bright and extremely naive, but she can read and write.
You're the one I've been looking for. What's your name?
I think it's Ariel
What is
for sometimes.
You can't speak?
This is evidenced when she signs her name on Ursula's contract, in rather impressive
Still got a
cursive,
contract
you should
on
add.
that.
But as we see later in the film, Ariel loses her voice, making communication with Prince Eric supposedly
Very
impossible.
amazing on
What I
that.
want from you
Still
is
let us swim along with these,
Your
huh?
voice.
My voice?
But the mermaid doesn't actually need her voice. She could just pen a letter to the prince. Using her skills to sign her voice away but not to connect with Eric is equally baffling and frustrating for those who notice the plot hole. Putting her literacy to use would have made things much simpler, though we do admit that watching Ariel try to communicate through charades is pretty hilarious.
What is it? You're hurt? No, you need help. Whoa, careful, easy.
Well,
Number 3,
accident happens.
the inspiration behind Ursula. Some might not have been aware of this before watching the film, but those who were would certainly notice similarities between Ursula and the real-life star who shaped her character.
That's right. But you'll have your man.
Paris Glenn Milstead, aka Divine, was an iconic performer and drag queen with an influential stage presence.
Still exactly like it.
The film's creators drew on that presence when designing the villainous character, mimicking the drag queen's eye makeup, jewelry, and figure for Ursula. Divine's talent is also referenced in the legendary number Poor Unfortunate Souls, a phrase said nearly verbatim in one of the star's past performances.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them?
Yes, indeed.
Without Divine's electric persona serving as inspiration, The Little Mermaid's villain probably wouldn't be so unforgettable. Number 2. King Triton has slaves? Atlantica's ruler exhibits rather unkingly behaviors early on in the film, evidenced by his cruel destruction of his daughter's most prized possessions.
This is the only way.
So be it.
Aside from Triton routinely being short-tempered and sexually demanding as a royal father, adults notice that he's pretty much let his merpeople down. His subjects are held captive in fear of Ursula's magic, and it also seems that their freedom is compromised by actual shackles.
His Royal Highness King Triton.
The prime example is when Triton enters a concert hall on his chariot being pulled by chained dolphins.
Well, that's definitely a memory this
Triton's
time.
man Sebastian
The Mermaids
falls.
has just
Kids
been
probably
awesome.
didn't even realize what the chains imply, but as adults, it's hard not to conclude how Triton treats some sea creatures.
What have I done? What have I done?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Flounder doesn't resemble a flounder. The incredibly cute animated character looks nothing like his real-life namesake.
No, I can't swim that fast.
Ariel's tribute to Hans Christian Andersen. With a pose on
That's
the rock,
gonna be a
Ariel
memory
pays
this
homage to the
time.
fairy tale that inspired the movie.
She really does love him, doesn't she, Sebastian?
The painting in Ariel's grotto is real. The artwork by Georges de la Tour is known as Magdalene with the smoking flame.
What's a fire? And why does it? What's the word?
What is the memory supposed to be?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ariel's not a good friend. Upon rewatching the film as adults, it's evident that Ariel isn't really a good friend.
Still not a good friend. It's a bad friend.
Just take a look at Flounder, the loyal BFF who isn't given a special name. Why is he referred to as Flounder? Sebastian isn't called Crab. Even worse, Ariel frequently takes advantage of Flounder and makes fun of his fears by calling him a guppy.
Ariel, you really need to wear me shorts around here. Flounder, don't be such a guppy.
Perhaps worst of all, Ariel is so obsessed with her own desires that she puts
Well,
her
that
body
gives
in
me the
serious
creeps on
danger.
that.
She pressures Flounder into skipping the Kingdom's concert, knowing he would face consequences, and pressures him into a mission that puts the tiny sea creature face to face with a shark. We're also curious how they didn't just talk to the shark, but we digress. Having your friends risk their lives for your own selfish agenda? Not cool, Ariel.
All right, I'm going inside. You can just stay here and watch for sharks. Okay.
Well, there you have it. We'll see you on the next video.
Well, that's all, folks. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Get lost.
Well, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.
Well, thank you for stopping by. See you soon.